Right lads, today I think is Wednesday, March 18th, day after Paddy's Day. Hope you all had a somewhat enjoyable Paddy's Day yesterday. We're just going to keep these reviews going because I have absolutely nothing else to be doing. Going to have a special guest on the phone, a very special guest on the phone in a few minutes, just because I was like, kind of like the way we used to do the reviews in town, and it was when it was just me rating the Guinness and no other interaction. Me and Colzy were like, well, me especially, I said like, these just aren't entertaining enough. I don't think I'm a funny enough person to just like stand there, and I don't think I'm funny enough to just sit here and review this and like make an entertaining video. So we're trying to bring in something else. So basically I'm going to be ringing Culzy in a couple of minutes, just have a chat, see how he's getting on. I haven't seen him in a while because of all this madness. So yeah, listen, it's an idea, an experiment. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, today, this is McCardle's traditional ale. There you go, McCardle's traditional ale. I got it because it was actually beside the cans of Guinness XX, or Guinness Extra Stout, I think, in the off license. So, not gonna lie, it looks pretty cheap. It looks like a kind of Dutch Gold version of ale. If it's an ale, I presume it's not gonna be as dark as stout, but let's just pour it out and see what happens. 4% volume, pretty low volume to be fair. Guinness I think is 4.2 and 500 mils. Yeah, let's not lie. I don't even know what price it was because I bought like 10 different things at the same time, but it looks pretty cheap. Let's pour it out. Doesn't smell too far off beer, to be fair. Okay, absolutely nothing like Guinness anyway. Kind of looks like, yeah, it looks similar. It's pretty see-through, definitely more see-through than the pale ale yesterday. But yeah, it's just a traditional ale. It's not a pale ale. Okay, I've learned that now. An IPA is a pale ale. This is a traditional ale. Yeah, I can see through it. Definitely can see through it, but it's still definitely a bit thicker than beer. Head on it is grand. It's pretty much come out like a beer, just a bit darker. Let's have a swiggity swig. Not bad, but really, because it's out of the can, first impressions, it does have that tinny kind of can taste. But yeah, I can't help but think it's a super cheap drink. But anyway, let's have another swig. I'm gonna ring Colzy now for the crack. I'll give you the review. I'll give you the score after.
How are you, lad?
Is that Culzy?
Culzy here.
What's crack, Culzy? How are you getting on?
Not bad now, yourself.
I'm good. You're live on the video now. What do you make of all the people not being able to get your name right? Is it my fault for saying it wrong in the videos?
No, listen,
it's a tricky name. It's a tricky name.
Yeah, tricky name to get right. So
because it's like, people don't realise, and you don't realise unless you're not from Ashburn, but it just seems to be an Ashburn thing, especially GA thing, where everyone just has Z at the end of their name.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think that's where people have fallen on that. And how would you spell it yourself?
Because I don't really know.
Yeah.
C-U-L-Z-Y or C-O-L-Z-Y.
See, I have it in my phone as C-O-L-Z-Y purely because your name is C-O-L-M, so I'm just trying to keep it as close to your name. But anyway, I didn't even tell you what I was drinking. I have a can of McCardle's traditional ale here. Have you ever heard of it?
I've heard of it. I can't say it.
It's a red can. I said to the viewers, does look very cheap. It looks like a Dutch Gold version of ale, but actually doesn't taste too bad. It was in O'Brien's beside the Guinness stuff, so I just presumed it was going to be like Guinness, but it's absolutely nothing like it, but it's not bad.
Have you given it a score yet?
I haven't. I'll wait till after. I'll keep them watching. keep them enticed to give them a score. But anyway, Colzy, you suggested earlier that maybe to switch things up, we give the fans, the loyal fans, all 14 people who have been watching these gaff reviews, we give them the origin story of the Guinness Guru. So I'm going to let you take it away. I'll probably keep interrupting you, but I've always said to everyone, it was Culzy's idea. So let's just see what you have to say, because we don't really talk about it too much. So let's just see what you have to say. How did it start?
Yeah, so it actually is kind of a long story, so I'll try to keep it relatively short. Maybe we'll do a longer version some other time when we're able to chat together.
Give me the bullet points.
A lot of people think that, that we took like the Guinness Advisor or Pints of Plain and just said we're going to do something similar. But actually, I'm not on Instagram, so I never saw those pages or anything, so we didn't copy them, but we did kind of copy someone else. And where that came from was I was at my mate's birthday, and he was having a barbecue over at his house, and he was wearing this t-shirt, and it says, one bite, everybody knows the rules. And he said to me, Culzy, did you ever hear of Barstool Sports? And I was like, yeah, I heard of them because I'd watch a bit of NFL and stuff like that, so I follow the American sports. And I was like, yeah, I heard of them, but I don't really know much about them. And he's like, well, the owner of that, he goes around to pizza shops in New York or in the US reviewing pizzas, and I watch his videos all the time. And my first reaction was, right. And he actually bought a t-shirt from this guy. He got it delivered over from America.
The one by everyone knows the rules.
One by everybody knows the rules.
And so, because when Colzy initially, like I would have known Colzy well-ish, kind of through my brother, through football, but we definitely wouldn't have been mates, I wouldn't have said. And so Colzy randomly texted me one day and said, I've got this idea, and then he told me the idea. And I was a bit like, I even myself just thought you were just looking at like Guinness Advisor and Pint of Plain, and I was like, oh, but he wants to do it with a face, and that'd be cool because it'd be videos. But Culzy had actually never even heard of any of these lads, so I had that in my mind for like a month until you told me you had never even heard of them. You were basing it more off, if anyone doesn't know, Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy is the founder, and he goes around basically doing a one bite pizza review, and that's where Culzy based it off. So it's like we kind of got the best of both worlds, kind of mixed them all together.
Yeah, exactly. And I originally, I suppose the first thing I should say is Disco kind of knows his TV, he knows his film, so I was doubting him a bit, but then I watched some of Portnoy's videos, and they're good crack. Like he's going in having a bit of crack with the owners and stuff like that, and maybe some people.
Because you sent me the one, and I was just like, okay, fair enough. Like, and I had never heard of Barstool Sports or Dave Portnoy until whatever August last year, and now I'm like absolutely obsessed. And we have no problem admitting that that's where this is all, the kind of inspiration for all this has come from. But yeah, go on, Colzy.
Yeah, 100%. We completely taken that concept, but I started watching the videos anyway, and I got into them as you did as well, Dara.
Yeah,
and
big time.
I said to Disco, because he had done this thing, he used to live in New York, and he had done this thing where he went to like the 40 top steakhouses in New York.
Yeah.
Kind of posted on Facebook or whatever, and I said to him, and he's a bit of a foodie, so I said, I think you should do this in Ireland, but because pizza's not as big in Ireland, I think maybe you should do it with burgers or something. Like, where's the best burger in Ireland or best burger in Dublin or something? And he was like, oh yeah, sounds good, but I've just had a kid, I'm building a house or whatever, I wouldn't be able to. And I was like, right, fair enough. What else can we do, or who else can we get? And then I was thinking, what else is there in Ireland that people love? Is there something like pizza in America?
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, the whole thing with pints of Guinness being good or bad, like that could be a good concept.
Gas.
So then I was thinking, who could we get? And I'm good mates with Rory from Rory Stories.
Yeah.
So I said to Rory, come here, I think this could be a good idea. Rory drinks Guinness. I think it could be a good idea that people will get into, and you have like maybe a separate channel for this. And Rory was like, we discussed it a bit, and Rory liked it, but he was so busy. He had this tour going on in October. He was Street. He was doing a second book, and he said, "Listen, Culzy, to be honest, I'm just a bit too busy for this at the moment," which obviously, completely respected. And then, kind of as you said, Dara, we know each other, but we weren't mates or anything.
No.
But I had followed a couple of things that you had done online, a few videos, like your Buckle Up series.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, I was second choice, but I can't really slag Culzy too much because we barely knew each other. Let's be honest. So the fact that I was the second person that came to your mind is actually is just a stroke of luck. But you had said, Culzy, that I had because I used to do this thing on my YouTube, on my old YouTube, called Buckle Up. It was basically the same as Carpool Karaoke. It had a couple of different singers and rappers and stuff on it, and it was a bit of crack. But I remember going on Instagram and just saying, lads, I love doing this, but for all the work I put into it, it takes too long to make one video. I want to do something where I can pump out the content. And Culzy, you obviously saw that, and the next day I remember going back and tracking our messages and tracking my archive on Instagram. The day after I put that story out, you messaged me. So you obviously saw it and you just thought, right, this lad is obviously looking for something else to do. So it's just mad how it worked out.
Yeah, I think it was an Instagram story, like you said,
and I wouldn't have been one to do that every day. I wasn't going every day updating my life. I was just in a phase of 1 or 2 days where I was just putting loads of stories up, and I just thought, I think I remember Gary Vee or something saying, you should share your struggles just as much as your success, and people will latch onto that. And obviously that's exactly what happened. So lesson learned.
Yeah, exactly. And I'd always seen Dave Portnoy, and basically he does it in one take. So he just stands outside the pizza shop and does it in one take. There's no fancy editing, and there's no cuts in it pretty much whatsoever. And you were basically saying, the videos take a long time to edit, put them together, and don't know if I'm going to continue. And I was like, Dara's into creating content, good personality, and straight away text your brother Sean, send me on Dara's number there, and then he sent it on, and I said, listen, I have an idea to share with you. We started chatting. And
I remember you said, do you want to meet up or something? And I remember I was working, it was a Saturday, and I just said, what's this mad bastard want? I was like, just send me a voice note, will you? Because I was like, I can't wait to hear this idea. I was like, I have no idea what you're going to ask me. So then you just sent a voice note, and then straight away we hit it off, man. And then we went and didn't we do a mock one in one of the pubs in Ashburn? We never released it. If we can find it, we might release it. But then, it was literally just right, there was no big plan. We just said, let's just do a few. There'll probably be shit at the start. We'll adapt. We'll change things up. And that's what we've done. And now we're doing the towns. And obviously there's a break now, but it's been going pretty well. So that's pretty much the story. Anything else to add, Culzy?
No, that's it. I mean, we kind of I think we were of the same view at the start that the whole concept would change or would alter a little bit. And
very open.
Yeah, we're open to trying different things, and even what we're doing now is a little bit different. So we don't even know if obviously Guinness Guru is kind of it has a little bit of popularity, but it's nowhere near a huge presence online. But we'd be up for trying anything. If anyone has any suggestions about what we should do, I think we'd be open to trying it. We're just up for trying different things, and
just want to give the people what they want, Culzy.
That's it, man.
That's all we want to do. Alright, Culzy, that went on very long, but it is a long story, to be fair. But right, I'll leave you go. How's all quarantine and all that going? Don't ask the boring questions, but all good. You're hanging in there.
Yeah, the NFL free agency is keeping me alive. It's pretty interesting. So that's the only thing that I have to hang on to every day, other than the updates on the virus.
Freaking awesome, dude. Freaking awesome. Keep the football dream alive, alright?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to give this a rating. I'll hang up on you now and I'll talk to you in a bit.
Alright, take it easy.
Good man, good luck. Right, that was pretty long. I'm going to try to edit the video down, but I'll give this a quick score. To be fair, I actually think this concept is good because it means I can drink the drink over kind of 10-15 minutes instead of just what I usually do. It's different if it's Guinness, because I know I've had Guinness before, so I know kind of within a couple of minutes if I like it or not. But when it's something completely new, it's better if I have like 10 or 15 minutes. So I think this whole idea of talking to someone on the phone actually works because I can just sip away at it. I actually quite enjoyed this. I remember yesterday and the day before, I kind of struggled to finish the other ones. Not struggle, but I wasn't mad to finish them, but I'm like happy enough to finish this. So I'm gonna go, yeah, it's not amazing, but like it's a solid little drink. It's gonna get a 6.8 for me, 6.8 out of 10 for, again, McCardle's traditional ale. Had no idea what it was going to be like. It's probably nice enough because it's not that strong. I know I sound like a bit of a bitch, but it's just easy to drink, 4% volume. But yeah, that's been that review. Hopefully you enjoyed that chat about the origin of the Guru story. If you have any other questions or anything like that, just comment below or send them in or whatever, you know what to do. And we'll see what we have for you tomorrow. Who knows? It's changing every day. Talk to you soon.